everything right to be a gentleman. I brought flowers. So I just left the restaurant after waiting 30 minutes for a date to show up. And apparently I got stood up. I don't know what to say. Like, I'm trying to do everything right to be a gentleman. I brought flowers. I've been consistent talking with this girl for 2 weeks, trying to get to know what she likes, what she doesn't like. I made plans. I picked the restaurant, the day, and the time. I've done everything to be just the kind of guy that would value somebody's time. Like, I'm just looking for my person. I'm just looking for the one that I guess is out there for me. I mean, I want to be somebody's husband someday, father. I'm trying to do everything that's right, and I just get stood up. Like, my feelings didn't even matter. Sitting there eating a meal by myself and realizing that nobody even cares about people anymore. Like, LA and dating shouldn't even be this hard. It shouldn't be this hard to find somebody. It shouldn't be this difficult to fall in love, to be kind to one another. Like, what, ladies, tell me, what did I do wrong?
The first thing is this, man. If you're playing the dating game in America, you have low value as a man. Because any woman who's worth having already has a man. Any single woman in America is no good for you if you are a high quality man. Notice I didn't say high value. Anybody can make, I'm not going to say anybody, but there's a bunch of no good, low down, dirty people who make six figures. So we're not going to play that high value man thing. High value man is setting the bar low for everybody to think they worth something. We don't do that high value man talk over here. We talk about high quality man. High quality man based on the qualities that you present to the world that can benefit the people around you and help them become the best version of themselves. If you're not helping people become the best version of themselves, it doesn't matter how much money you got. You're just a selfish individual person with a bunch of money. Who cares? But what we're looking at is a guy who believes that women are not a joke. See, a woman who would do something like this is a joke. And if you would accept this, you're a joke too. And the joke's on you because you're the one that's emotionally vested, that's spiritually vested, that's physically vested, that's financially vested in these things. You got to wrap your mind around the concept. Yes, it should be hard to find someone for you. If you're a good man and you're looking for a good woman, it should be hard for you. Because I ain't saying there are no good women. I'm saying there are no good single women. Think about that. There are no good single women because they don't have to be good. And they don't have to be in a relationship. They can love being single. All you heard this man say was how he catering to the broad. Not once did he say he was trying to figure out, and man, let me tell you something, brothers. If your goal is to find out what a woman likes, you already lost. Because there's 10 other men already figuring out what she likes, and some of them know more than you know already. I don't care. Listen, if I was in the dating game, I wouldn't care if a woman didn't show up because all I'm paying for is my meal anyway. If she show up, I'm not paying for her meal. If I ain't already smashing, I mean, I ain't no dining and dashing, baby. You ain't going nowhere with me. If I don't know what that thing hit like, you're not finna sit down and have no meal with me. If I don't know how you feel, I'm not inviting you to a meal. That's just how it is. And guys say, well, how you get women? Okay, well, how you get women? You damn sure ain't getting nobody taking them on all these dates and doing all that. I don't know how I get them. I just get them. I don't think about how I get them. I just get them. I don't think about no technique. I don't think about how I have them. I just wake up and, hey, there's an attractive woman that likes me. Ooh, ah. See, let me tell you something. If you're still out here believing that a woman you haven't met deserves to be wine and dine, you're the problem, not her. She knows she don't deserve that. Let me ask y'all something. Do you know there was a time that a woman wouldn't dare turn down a night on the town like this? She wouldn't dare turn it down. It was years ago, but there was a time when a woman would not turn this down because she understood the value of things. A society is gone to sleep when the people who are awake don't respect the value of the things in the society anymore. And what we got is a young brother right here, man. He don't look young. He got some salt and pepper. Got about minute salt and pepper. His doc. He's sitting over there talking about why he can't find his person. Number one, stop looking for shit that's not available for you in the environment you're in. How you gonna be working at McDonald's expecting one day to make $150,000 flipping fries? There ain't no $150,000. The manager don't make $150,000. There ain't no $150,000 salary for you at McDonald's. I ain't knocking people who work at McDonald's, but if you expect to make $150,000, you better make some career changes. Stop believing that you're gonna meet the woman who's not gonna do this. If she's playing the dating game, she understands the rules, and the rules are she could do whatever the hell she want to do to you. And you know what you're gonna do? Keep trying to figure out a way to make it work. It ain't gonna work, dog. Stop it, man. I can guarantee you the majority of the guys who are giving you all these rules and regulations about dating, man, they ain't getting no women like that. I can promise you that.
Most important.
Then I'm like, can you get
I
this?
keep
Like,
the lights. I keep on the lights so we could be right. Get my
well, I
tea.
still work too, so that doesn't matter.
You work for yourself.
So what's good, homies? It's your man, Dr. POA. You know, what we have to keep in mind is that if you do everything that you're supposed to do as a man in a relationship, a woman will still believe that she deserves more. Now, that's not bad. That's not good. That's just true. Nowhere to get the lies. But I know you came here to get the truth. Welcome to the Alphasphere. Welcome to the Alphasphere, the only place on the planet that's totally engulfed in positivity and totally submerged in alpha energy. I'm your host, Dr. BOA. All of the men who are successful financially, they've got notoriety, fame, on whatever level, on a high enough level where just being with that man benefits the woman as far as her own fame and notoriety. You think about how many men we know because of their profession, and we only know their wives because they're actually married to that man. There's no other reason to know that woman unless she built something based on being married to that man. And a prime example of that is Gillie the Kid, former Major Figures rapper out of Philly, used to roll with Cash Money, and now he has a podcast, $1 Million Worth of Game. Successful podcast at that. And his wife, Tootie, who comes across as a really sweet girl, and probably is. I haven't seen anything to the contrary, but this is what you may have to understand. All women are going to complain. Yes, when a woman does the things she does for you in your life, she should do those things happily and willingly. But on the back end, she's always going to find a reason to complain, and it's mostly because she's influenced by voices outside of her household. What you must understand as a man is that your life is your business. Your wife is just your upper level management employee. That's all she is. And as long as you can maintain the level of business ownership where you own your life, then she has no choice but to be in that role. But she still will find a reason to complain that she has to do her job and you don't help her with it. Let's take a listen.
Oh, people always telling her, oh, you do everything for Gil. You do everything for Gil. You should have told them they need to do a little bit more. Fucking me and Gil been together for 20 fucking plus years. And y'all need to do a little bit fucking more. Maybe y'all keep it around. Fuck is wrong with them? So you supposed to cook for me. You supposed to get my motherfucking hot tea. You supposed to
asked me for tea like 5 times. Like, seriously? Babe, I asked you to do 2 things in a row. Like, oh, babe, can you go get this? Then you'll get up and get it. Then I'll be like, oh, babe, can you go get this?
I do what's most important.
And you'll get it. But then,
I
tried it. Then I
do what's most important.
Then I'm like, can you get this?
I keep
like,
the lights.
Babe.
I keep on the lights so we could be right. Get my tea.
I still work too, so that doesn't matter.
You work for yourself.
The problem with most modern relationships is that men complete their lives, build their lives into the best version of it, that they can have it. They build themselves into the best version of themselves, and then they feel like their life is complete except for the woman. They look at their woman as the completion of their life, which means that she's the end goal. If she's the one that brings completion, that means she's the missing ingredient in your life, and that's just not the way that you should view relationships. You never should have viewed them that way. Only modern men view relationship situations this way. In most other times throughout history, men understood what a woman was. She was a way for you to procure a legacy
and have seed to leave your wealth to. That's all it was, to continue your bloodline, to continue your wealth, to pass generational wealth on. But now, men in this particular society believe that women are the table, bring the chairs, bring the dishes, bring the food, bring the stove, bring the oven, bring everything. No matter what a man has, he believes that the woman, just because she's a woman, has more value than everything he's built in his life. And many men deal with that, and many men find themselves in situations where they don't get the things that their woman is supposed to do. Now, you hear Gillie saying, okay, fine, all of that is fine. You can say whatever you want to say, but bring me my tea. Bring me my sandwich. Do what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to wait on me. You're supposed to do this. Why? Because I do the thing that's most important. I pay all the bills. Here's the thing about paying the bills. Nothing a woman can do has more value than you paying the bills. The entire lifestyle is based on you paying the bills. What she lives, what she drives, what you live, what you drive, what her children go to school, what the dog eats, what kind of dog it is. Whether you hear sirens and shots at night or not, all of that is based on you paying the bills. So nothing in the household is more important than you paying the bills. Nothing in the relationship is more important than you paying the bills. But that don't mean that a woman won't complain. And this is good-natured, good-spirited complaining. She's complaining in a joking way. There's no better way to have a woman complain. She's serious, but she's doing it in a joking way. Why? Because she dare not be serious about this and disrespect Gillie like this. And Gillie's just giving it to a raw. You've been with me 20 years, so whatever you doing must be working. You tell them what they gonna do. How long they been in their marriage. See, what you got to think about is this, man. Everything you've built so far in your life has been done without the woman. You didn't need her to build your life. You didn't need her to build your career. You didn't need her to establish your credit. You didn't need her to pay your bills. You didn't need her to get yourself into the best shape of your life. You didn't need her to do any of that. You didn't gather any wisdom, understanding, knowledge from your woman. She's not the finishing piece of your puzzle. She's the brush that you dust off the puzzle with to make sure it looks good once you've completed it. When you meet the woman, your life should already be complete. And if it is, you must embrace that idea and stop acting like your life was not complete without the woman. Now, if you're the type of man, if you're the Prince Donnell or Tony Gaskins type of guy where your woman had the money and you came up off of her, this don't apply to you. You got to give that woman her credit for being the foundation of your business. You got to give her that. But if you already established your business way before you met your woman, now, of course, your business keeps growing, but who's to say your business would have kept growing without her? You don't need her to help your business keep growing, but if she's going to be there, she needs to contribute to the growth of the business. Your life needs to continue to be enhanced, to continue to grow when a woman's in it. At the very moment you realize that your life is not in the same growth pattern or in an improved growth pattern, when a woman is in your life, you got to let that woman go. She brings no value. She takes value away. And many of you men out here, for real, are out here dealing with women who complain about things they don't do. Instead of going to get your tea 5 times a day like Tootie does Gillie,
Well, I ain't going to get no tea.
Then she'll still complain.
Yeah, he want me to get his tea 5 times a day. I told him to get his own tea.
Many of you men are dealing with that. And here's the problem. You didn't just start dealing with that. That woman didn't change into that after you married her. She was already that. You men are marrying women because of their beauty, and that's all they have, and you simply can't do that. Everything you've built has been without her, right? The exception, of course, is if you didn't have anything and she led you to the promised land. In that case, your input is irrelevant because you don't know a man's perspective. You can't even view this from what I'm saying. That's why I don't look at those guys who talk like that and really knock them too much, because they're speaking their truth. Their truth is, I can't imagine where I'd be without my woman. Well, not all of us have that outlook. Some of us were already where we're going to be before we got the woman. If you didn't, I get it. I understand. So if you are a man who, if you're listening to me right now, and you are a man who was at ground zero, and then you met your woman and you came up off of her, or she showed you the direction, or she led you to the promised land, you need to go listen to Steve Harvey or Tony Gaskins or one of those guys, Prince Donnell or somebody. This isn't for you. This is for a man who was focused on being the most alpha version of himself, and then he got there, and then he decided, you know what, some companionship would be okay in my life right now. And he led her into his promised land and gave her her position, her role, and told her what the conversation was going to be. You get access to all of this that you didn't build. You didn't lay one brick of this dwelling or one slab of concrete under these foundations. You ain't do none of that. But you get to be a part of it. What more can a woman ask for, man? And should that woman very well be in a position where she wants to do whatever she has to do in order to make sure that she is contributing to the process of progress? Yes, she should. Yes, she should. And I ain't telling you what I think, I'm telling you what I know. See, all a woman can bring is a skill set to do the job she's hired for. And if that job ain't ever waiting on you hand and foot, that don't even take no skill set. She could do that from the time she was born. Now as a grown woman, you mean tell me she can't wait on you hand and foot and you paying all the bills? All she got to do is take a break from whatever she's doing that you're paying for and then do what you want her to do. If your woman won't do that, man, you ain't got yourself no woman, man. I'm going to be honest with you. You ain't got yourself nothing. And many men around here, they got a woman and they ain't got themselves nothing. Most women you meet are not prepared to be a helpmeet because they've always had to take the lead with the men they've been with. Or they've always seen other women in a situation where they had to take the lead. If you're in a household and the woman pays the lion's share of the bills, you're just not in a manly position. And that woman doesn't understand what it feels like to be with a man who pays the cost to be the boss. So you may get a tad bit of pushback from her because she just doesn't understand it. And these are the type of scars that women have. That's a scar. That's a mental and emotional scar for a woman to have where she's had to carry the weight. Like her entire life, every relationship she's been in, she had to carry the weight. Even if it's just been 2 relationships, if she had to carry the weight, then she doesn't know what that feels like. Or even if she was in a 50-50 relationship, a woman in a 50-50 relationship doesn't work for a man who pays the cost to be the boss. You can't do anything with a woman who's used to 50-50 relationship, and you ain't got time to be around trying to fix no woman and convince her that this is a better position for her. If you got to convince somebody that this position is better for them when it truly is better, but you got to convince them, man, you can't deal with a person like that. That person's a fool. And you ain't got time in your life to be dealing with no fools, man. None of us do. We ain't got time to be dealing with no fools. So I say this to y'all, man, and I mean this, man. Real talk, I mean this. You have to wrap your mind around the concept that no matter what you think you have in your woman, only her actions will show you what you truly have. All the other stuff we be talking about means absolutely nothing. If she's not showing and proving that she's into you the way she's supposed to be, then, man, you wasting time. And honestly, you ain't got no time to waste. See, what you got to remember is this. She's not the table, and she's not bringing anything to the table. She's in the living room by the door, standing up, waiting for you to take her coat and hang it up. She don't even know where to sit down at. So how's she going to bring anything to the table when she ain't been to the kitchen to see what side the table is, to see what's already on the table? See, if she's bringing a fruit bowl to the table and there's already 2 fruit bowls on the table, her fruit bowl is worthless. So what she brings to the table is irrelevant. You don't need that if you're a man who's already built the life you want. All you need is a woman who's ready to buy into the process of the progress and do what you need her to do. Do what you tell her to do. Do what you want her to do. Do what you lead her to do. Because she ain't got no value right now. But I guarantee you can find a way to make her prove her value. And the same way she proves her value when she's in college. The same way she proves her value when she's at work. The same way she proves her value as a mother. The same way she proves her value as a daughter to her parents. The same way she proves her value to her friends. I'd be damned if she ain't gonna prove her value to you, prove her value to me, prove her value to the man who has put himself in the best position he could be in and become the most alpha version of himself. He's already got a wonderful business and all she got to come in and sit in the office. The office already there. Let your woman talk the talk. They love to talk. But make her ass walk the walk. Y'all comment down below and let me know what you think about this topic, man. I look forward to hearing what you men have to say.
But not us.
I'm out.
Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Simps claiming that they pimps, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Suckers claiming to be players, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Tricks acting like they max, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Betas claiming to be alpha, but they not though. Now, I'm not gonna tell you, man, that you shouldn't value your woman at all. A woman does have value, but you can't overvalue her